Hey everybody, I have something on my chest that I want to tell you guys about today. And it's nothing serious, just want to share some things that have been on my mind. Gosh, every time I look at this, it's like I notice my bald spot getting bigger. But I just kind of want to share with you guys a life update, kind of what's been on my mind, kind of what I've been thinking about. And just share my true feelings here with all of you. Number one, this is going to be completely out of order. I'm probably going to go back to some things. But the first thing I want to talk to you guys is I feel really proud of myself because I have been building some applications. Yes, some applications just like the ones you see on your phone. And in truth, even with the help of AI, it's kind of difficult because you'll build something and then it's not necessarily working as you intended. So, but I've been having fun. I'm not sure if fun is the right word. It's more about excitement because for the first time, I'm seeing something that I've like thought about in my head actually have some functionality in the real world. And in time, I'll share that with you guys. I'm still learning. I made a video almost like a year ago, talking about my vision of creating an app. And so this it was like a full circle moment after I had like my first, because I built about 4 or 5, with just what's here and the AI, of course. So just kind of want to share this with you guys. I feel like it has been getting harder to make videos only because I want to curate them so bad. I want y'all to see me doing stuff like going to see the elephants, going on an adventure because I love going on adventures. But it's been kind of tough lately because I've been working on so many projects like that. The applications I've been creating have been taking up a lot of time. Um, I've been taking a psychology course and wow, it's been really good. It's been really, really good. This is one of the things I'm like interested in psychology and stuff like that. So I've been building applications. Um, I've been building applications. I've been taking this course online. Shout out to Udemy. Give them if you guys ever want to learn anything, highly recommend it, affordable and I like it. I like it. Um, Something else I've been there's not much I can share right now, but I've been putting myself in rooms where I've been noticing and learning and picking up on a lot of cool stuff from other people. So, I've been putting myself in those rooms. And for me, I realized that, I would always go to like, because remember, I was in politics, I was in real estate, I was in church. And so I realized I have the social skills, but I never really had social skills that really like develop, depth and real friendship. I was always kind of like this social butterfly, but let's not go too deep. It was kind of like the way I was. But something that I've also been working on is, first let me say this. When I would go to events, for me, it was more of like, let me check this off and say that I went. But not really be present, not really be in the moment and just kind of seeing what happens. It was always like check mark done. So I had a few people. It was almost like I was an autopilot. And so now something that I'm working on is I am working on when I go to these events, I'm more in the moment. I'm not trying to put on a show. I'm trying to just show up as I am and who I am, right? If that makes any sense. And so that's been it's been a little hard to be honest with you because it requires you to put yourself in rooms where you don't know anybody and be truly yourself, not crazy acting like a monkey, but truly yourself. Um, but it's been fun. It's like I've learned like so many amazing things just within this last month. So that's been good. Um, um, the honest truth, it's been feeling like a drag to make these YouTube videos. Not because I don't want to make them, because it's like there's so much friction in creating a YouTube video. Like I gotta schedule the time to sit down and do this. I gotta edit the thumbnail. Then I gotta post it. And it sounds kind of easy, but there's a lot of like mental firepower that goes into that. Um, And so yeah, so with that, a lot of new changes. My job, they got bought out, and now they're like called a different company now. It was acquired. Everything on the job front, they did my evaluation today. Everything was good, and but I take it like one moment at a time. You know what I mean? I just if something my job is teaching me in this season of my life is to just be present, be here and now with the person. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. I feel like there's more stuff I want to share, but nothing really comes to my mind. Um, I still kind of, from moment to moment, I'm kind of navigating through like a lot of different emotions and thought patterns and processes because I don't want to say that I'm rebuilding, right? You guys that have been following me for a while kind of know my journey. For those of you that are just getting here, I was very religious. I was in real estate. I was in politics, and then I finally decided to walk away from all of that. And I don't want to say I'm rebuilding because I'm not. I'm building something completely new. And so something that I've kind of been thinking about today is the more that I navigate to like doing new things, experimenting, building, it's like I'm constantly being pushed to the forefront, the frontier of whatever it is that I'm working on, whether it be an app, whether it be putting myself in new environments, whether it's, looking for jobs, whether it's meeting people. It's like I am constantly on the frontier of my life, expanding and growing. And so I've been noticing in my system, when I say system, I mean my everything, right? I have like this tendency to like want to go back and kind of build something that's like familiar. Like right now, I know that I have all the knowledge to do real estate investing, but and who knows what'll happen in the future. But it's not. It feels old to me, or maybe it's not the season to do it anymore, or maybe it will, another time will come, right, to do that. But those are just kind of like my thoughts on that. I feel a lot of fear. I feel like I'm not sure if it's fear, but it's definitely an interesting feeling when you're putting yourself out there. And to say that you don't know certain things, that's crazy. Something else I want to talk to you guys about is, sometimes I get these feelings of like, man, I spent, so much of my 20s grinding and working and building. And if I'm just being honest with you guys, sometimes it feels like I have nothing to show for it. And it wasn't from like lack of hard work because I spent all of I've been working since I was like in seventh grade. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes I have nothing to show for it. And, I get really emotional about that because it kind of hurts. And I'm hoping, I guess I don't even know exactly what to hope for because when I look back at my 20s, it's like I'm always kind of feeling like, there was so much, number one, that I didn't know. There was so much that was unhealed, even within me. A person that was going to church and preaching, so much that was in me that, it's it's like you're running, but you're running blind and you're running in the wrong direction, you know. And so now as I'm 30, not to say that I have it all figured out, but I'm intentionally trying to build something long lasting. Something else that I've kind of been struggling with lately is, um, and I don't want to share too much because I'm not sure if I'm superstitious or what, but it's like some ideas, they're still incubating. So I want to like make sure I give them time to grow before I say them. But, I am currently working at this job, right? But really what my heart desire is to really just be an entrepreneur again. This is like in the meantime, in between time, but I want to be an entrepreneur again. This time I want to go into it smart, and not just smart, but intuitive as well. And not just intuitive with the right intention as well. You know, um, I think the first part of my life was a big mask. And now this part of my life, I want it to be, this something real that I can build, and it works, and it helps people. You know, and so that's kind of like in the stage I'm in right now. Um, I want to build something, and I feel like I have an anxiety when I say this, but because I feel like this is what I feel. I feel like 95% of whatever I do, whether I build a company, whether I do something, I don't know, right? 95% of it requires luck. And if you are like the person that's like, no, it's hard work, no. Listen to the really big successful people, and they all tell you the same thing. Sometimes we're only here because of luck. And so I'm trying, and luck is one of those things that either it happens or it doesn't. But all I feel is this heavy, not heavy, but if it's right here. It's like I want to build something, and maybe I'm scaring the idea away by saying this, but what does seem to be true, I'll tell you this, what does seem to be true is that whatever I decide to build is not only going to come from this thinking brain, like figuring out, analyzing, but it's also going to come from like, and I think primarily it comes from your like intuitiveness. You know, some people call it the Holy Spirit, some people call it intuition, whatever it is. You know, and so yeah, I'm just kind of sharing you guys. It's kind of very nebulous. What I keep hearing in my chest is it's something to serve and something to help. And so these videos are gonna be like my journey. So I'm bringing you guys literally along with me so y'all can see what I'm working with. And that's what's been on my mind. It's been what's on my mind. And so the truth is, as of today, I'm in this in between space. I don't know how this is all going to shape out. I don't know how this is going to shape up. All I know is at this moment, I feel like there's a GPS guidance system guiding me. And even though I don't know what the final destination is, I don't know what path it's going to take, I don't know what it's going to look like. I think in this moment, I am practicing being okay with the unknown. And that's what this is, being okay with the unknown. What is my unknown? I don't know which way my career is going to take. I don't know what business I'm going to start up. I don't know if I'm even going to start up a business. I don't know if I'm going to be helping someone else build their business. Like, I don't know which way this is going to go. But what I do know is, in some ways, it kind of feels out of my hand. Not because I don't know what I want to do, but I just don't know how it's going to go. And so, at this phase of my life, I am just working on staying present, staying available, to see, not to say I'm just laying around like doing nothing, you know, I'm studying, I'm going to classes, I'm watching YouTube videos. Earlier today, I was watching a video of this college professor give a class on, building great companies. And my only kind of fear with building great companies is like, damn, I already did all that grinding and days and nights stuff. And I can already feel worn out. But I think it has to move me. Whatever direction it is, it has to move me. So you guys are watching me right now in the unknown. But you know what's amazing and beautiful about this? 6 months ago, whenever I posted that video of I want to create an app, I am now seeing it in my hand. Like I'm like, oh. And I built like 3 or 4 apps that have been functional. They're prototypes, right? But they've been functional. And I think that's the beauty of this. And I think in 2026, I want to build. I want to build. I want to build businesses. I want to contribute. I want to serve. I want to grow. I want to expand. And that's where I'm at. Either I want to build a company or I want to help someone, build theirs. I don't know, something that's equitable, but without ego, without ego. And so my hope is, this is my hope, right? And I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to tell you guys to come check this video out. But right now, I want to build. Not for profit, not for anything like that. But I want to build because that's my nature. I'm going to say this right now. And I kind of been tiptoeing it around it in this whole video. I want to build a company. I want to build a company. I want to build a company. And I want to help other people build their companies. Because at the end of the day, baby, it's not about ego. There can be a fair exchange there. And so I want to build. I want to expand. I want to grow. I want to build and I want to expand. I want to build on the application that I've built already. I want to get really good at creating applications. I want to really grow my network. There's a part of me that still feels like this is shameful, but I want to build my net worth. I want to build my income. I want to build the friendships, be open to the right types of friends, be discerning. I want to grow my romantic life. I want to grow my business. I want to grow, I just want to grow it all. If I had to give you a key focus right now is I want to get really good at building applications. But I can't go out there and build applications to help other people yet. I got to focus on building applications that help Gabriel. Why? Because Gabriel is the prototype. Gabriel's a prototype. How can I go and make someone else's life better if my life is not better? How does that work? And so I'm just kind of rambling now, but this is kind of where I'm at. No, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. So, to who's ever's watching this, if you're watching this and you made it this far, you're my family. And I hope that you could take something from this video and maybe take it and you use it. That's the whole point, baby. That's the whole point of this. So I feel I feel like this fire, but it's not like a hustling fire. It's this wanting to build and structures and systems like fire, if that makes any sense. So this is Gabriel. I want you to know that I love you and I believe in you, and that whatever it is you're going to make. And I invite you, my friend, if you're watching this, let's build this together. And if you made it this far, can you go just a little bit farther with me? If you are determined to build something, to build your dreams, to build your hopes, to build your love, to build whatever it is, can you hit me with an amen at the bottom of this video? That's how I know. And whenever I see that little amen, I just want you to know that I'm going to be rooting for you. So love you. And tune in for next week's video. Ha ha. See ya.